Welcome to Area S.
S as in Sweden.
Also, welcome to our kitchen. Well,
we've always been in the kitchen.
Yeah, this part of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Usually we record over there. Now this is the stove area, you know, where we prep food and do stuff.
Which means we're gonna prep some food today.
Yep, in one way of food.
Yes, we are going to preserve both cucumbers and beetroots.
Yeah.
Which is the two main preserved foods in Sweden.
I think the biggest staples on the dinner table here in Sweden.
Yeah.
You can say.
But, well, it's not only Sweden that do preserve food.
Oh no, preserved food has been going on since mankind started prepping food, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you have salted meat, you have our pickled herrings, you have...
kimchi in South Korea.
Yeah, and I think they make kimchi in other Asian states, right?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. And other stuff is, I mean, take Worcester sauce. That's fermented, I know. I mean...
Yeah, and then we have sauerkrauts in, I think it's Germany.
Yeah, most of Germany. And a lot more.
Yeah.
And soya sauce. Don't know if I said that right in English, but... And then you have Iceland and...
and the shark.
And the fermented shark.
Yuck.
And someone even do potatoes and eggs. And fruits.
Well, if you do something special that you want us to try, please leave a comment down below.
Yeah.
We might try it. Might.
As we said before, we don't want to waste food, and if something we don't know, we definitely don't eat, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But before we start with this, of course, the Ukrainian war is still going on, sadly. And well, according to news, Putin will, whoever it goes, announce his victory on the May 9th, I believe it was.
Okay.
And a little video clip I just saw of a Canadian sniper who is over there and fighting, is that the Ukrainians are slowly recapture what's been lost. And of course it's a high price to pay. And well, it's not very funny.
No.
But in the last episode we promised one other thing.
Yeah, we did. We are gonna show you the sunflowers and the bokashi compost. We are gonna test the fluids as well today. So let's go over here to see the bokashi.
See if you can see it, it's a little dark here. We have to cover up the window a little.
So let's try this out. Whoa. That's a pretty good amount, I would say.
We haven't opened it a few days, so a week or two.
Yeah.
Since we made it, basically.
But the good thing about the fluids here is that you can freeze it until you're gonna use it to water the flowers.
Yeah, or you just water your flowers.
Yes, but then you have to blend it out with water as well, because it's very concentrated. I think we'll just have to let that run for a little bit.
Yeah.
And let's get back to the preserving. And also...
We have a thirsty cat here, and even you have water. Yeah, you have water.
I will have to get new water for the beetroots, but here you can see the...
Go and deliver this water.
The sunflowers. They are pretty high. Don't know if you can see. This is Yetis. We got a new little marker. It's pretty high. This is mine. A little bit shorter, as I am, of course.
They're growing.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag sunflowers for Ukraine. So back to the preserving of foods then.
Yes. I've got my workspace.
And I have mine. We have prepared a little.
Yes.
Like
so
we said,
we have
the regular cucumbers is something we do here in Sweden to preserve.
Yes.
We also have the, what do you call the other ones?
The pressgurka.
Yeah, this is the same. This is the same cucumber.
Yeah.
And the other one.
Slanggurka. Oh, there's so many cucumbers.
Pickles.
Yeah, pickles.
The one you call pickles in America and most of the world, I believe.
The regular one.
Yeah, we have that too, but we are more fond of the regular one.
Don't eat them.
Why?
So I guess we'll...
And of course, we have the beetroots. They have been pre-boiled.
Boiled, yeah. And we just have to cut them before we preserve them.
Yeah.
But I think we should start with the cucumbers.
Yeah. I will fix the last one. And we can start with your end.
Yes.
That's that.
So I have 2 jars and I think I would do it directly into the jars.
And if you wonder why I have the back turned to you again, I'm just peeling the cucumber because sometimes the peel is not too tasty. Oh, of course we taste that first. So. It can be a little biscuit.
Oh, I don't know. So we will have to start with 1 deciliter of...
A little bitter, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. So 1 deciliter of water. Whoop. I think I will do 1 jar at a time. And then 2 tablespoons of vinegar essence. The 12% one. But since we only have the 24, I took 1 more tablespoon of water to match that amount.
And that's bottle there. This is the most known brand here in Sweden of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just to have a shout out for Sweden. And of course for the cucumbers, every time you pickle something, you want even slices to make them good.
I'm just gonna clean this up.
And of course if you don't follow along, you don't have the deciliter system, we are gonna put the entire recipe in the description, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you can self do the
calculations yourself. Yeah. So we got 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then 2, what's it called? The spice measurement. It's 1 milliliter at least. So take 2 milliliters of salt without spilling it all around. 1. 2.
I can also mention that there is another way to doing this, and it's called, well, rough translation is fresh cucumber.
Yeah.
Where you have the cucumbers, cut them up like I just did, put them on a plate, pour salt on them, and then have some kind of another plate pressing down.
Yes, with a weight on it.
Yeah, to press out the liquids.
But then you don't have to add the salt into the fluids.
No, and you should press them for half an hour.
At least, yeah. And so we got half a milliliter of white pepper, and then
ground white.
Yeah, the ground. And of course, you could have some other spices in it as well. I will go get some parsley to get it a little bit more,
Greenified.
yeah, to get a bit more aesthetic.
I also heard, well, I've seen actually that you can buy pickled eggs, and that people pickle eggs. Never tried it, but that's something I'm curious to try.
Well, it doesn't sound very tasty.
No, not at all, but I mean, this is maybe nothing you do when something happens, you know, a catastrophe or something. But you can always prepare it. Say if you grow your own vegetables, you have a large harvest.
Yeah.
Well, large for you.
And they won't probably last too long fresh. But at least cucumbers and beetroots and other roots, they're pretty easy to preserve, as we're showing today.
I mean, if you ever walked in the
food aisle with the cans.
The cans and the
jars.
The jars, I mean, that's basically what they're doing. You can buy pickles there. Here in Sweden, of course, we have the beetroots. And of course, if you go to the jam section, that's also preserved.
Yeah, and also the juice. What's that? I don't know. There's too many words.
I will get the dictionary.
And as he's doing that, I will just have to blend this out until the sugar and the other spices are mostly dissolved.
Yeah. And also mentioned preserved food. I mean, if you have canned food, of course it maybe not be too much cooked, but they have sometimes heating it up to make it last in the
to kill off some bacteria.
Yeah, exactly. Fruit syrup. That's what you call it.
Oh.
Or fruit drink.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you mix it with water. And you can make it yourself. I mean, like we said, we have the pickled herring. I mean, people have been salted meat long time. Ancient Egypt and Romans, and to this day people are salting meat.
Yeah.
I mean,
and smoking as well.
Yeah, smoking the meat too.
It's another way of preserving.
Yeah, smoking and drying and that kind of stuff. And if you buy a salami from Italy, it's been dried and smoked for a while, you know. Even the cheese has been stored for quite a while, taking care of the milk products.
Of course,
I mean, that's a way to take care of the milk that you don't use to drink, to make something else that becomes something else, you know?
Yeah.
Food preserving. You want the cucumbers?
Yes, please.
Last time we did this, and we talked about it in the bokashi video.
Yeah, there was a little bit too little fluids.
Yeah, so I hope you prepare more fluids this time. It seems a little for two cucumbers.
Oh, you put two in the same one. Then I will just...
You can divide it, so it's...
Yeah, I will divide it, so I will make another batch of this, and we will be back with the beetroots, I think.
Yep.
So the cucumbers are done.
Yeah.
This far. They will just have to stay in the cooler for about an hour, and then you can taste them.
Yeah, so they're pretty easy to make if you're gonna have a dinner and supper. You want something like that, you can prepare it an hour or somewhere before.
They are very fast to make and pretty tasty.
Yeah.
So.
And during doing that, I have cut up the beetroots, and please be careful. I mean, the tools That's not the middle finger. The tools can be sharp, so children, if you want to try this, have an adult helping you or supervising you, please. And the red is not blood.
The red is the beetroots. So let's
move on, shall we?
Yeah.
I will put them in the cooler and the fridge.
Yeah. So
not freezing.
So for the beetroots you need 9 deciliters of water. And then you need 2 deciliters of the vinegar essence, but since we got the 24%, I will just use 1 deciliter of that and 1 extra deciliter of water.
And once she's preparing that one, and you mentioned it's gonna boil too, right?
Yeah, it's gonna boil once you put all the ingredients in.
And I will put the beetroot in the glass jars. And if you wonder where we have bought our glass jars, I think even around the world you can buy them in the same location.
Yeah, IKEA.
Yeah, not sponsored.
No.
And I think we don't bought everyone at IKEA, we bought some on flea markets too, but they were from IKEA from the beginning.
Yes.
And this is 1 kilo of beetroot, we should mention too.
Yes.
That's filling up 2 of these small cans, pretty good. And this is a lot larger batch of both cucumbers and beetroots that we usually do.
Yeah, it just happened to be that way.
Yeah.
I got 3 deciliters of sugar.
Gonna clean the chopping board. Color will not stain too much.
Then we need 10 full whitepeppercorns into the batch.
Oh. Not measured that one before.
No, I think that would be enough. So it's about 10. They are mostly for... There might be a few more, I know, but it's mostly for the taste.
There is 12 in there. That was exactly the amount she was gonna need.
Let's see if we can do the same thing with the cloves. How about that?
What else you need?
2 bay leaves. And then it's time to
That's
boil.
what they're called in English.
Yeah,
Bayleafs.
like the Pokemon, you know. Bayleaf.
That's for another video. Put on the heat.
Put on the heat and put it to a boil. Stir it around so you won't burn the sugar and stuff. Well, I can smell this.
Yeah, it's boiling.
So then it's pretty soon time to pour it over the beetroots.
You want me to pour or?
I think it's safer for me to do this time.
Hey, I just cut my finger. I haven't burned myself yet.
But if you want, you can take the bay leaves, put 1 in each.
1 in the compost.
No, 1 in each jar.
I can actually move the jars a little forward.
Yeah.
Camera. Let's put them here. And move this one in.
There we just put a little bit closer.
Not too close.
No. There we go.
Let's have a smell to it.
Yeah, it smells similar to the one you think of the cashew. But
Yeah.
not this strong.
Exactly.
Now I will just have to see if I can do it without spilling.
Yes, please. There's boiling water. What's she pouring? We have something here that we're calling husmanskost. And that's, well, usually consists of maybe boiled potatoes, some kind of meats, some gravy, sauce, and maybe some boiled broccoli or something.
Yeah, some vegetables.
Yeah, carrots, peas, and it's something I grew up with a lot. We ate that most days of the week. And to those foods, including with the lingonberry yam, the beetroot and the cucumber that we just made is a staple to have with it. So you will find this in most of the restaurants and homes these days. When you're fishing up the spices.
Yeah. I would say the fuels or the what's it called? The smoke.
And the fumes.
The fumes.
What do you mean?
It's very
Potent.
sharp.
It's a very potent smell.
Yeah.
You're gonna have more of the liquid?
Hopefully not.
Because then you can just strain it with a strainer and get the stuff you want.
He's the smart one.
You heard it from her. You heard it from her. Remember that. She told you, not me.
But I'm the good-looking one.
We can put that to a vote another episode, right? And sorry if we are watching up there more than we're watching you right now, because we have a second screen to help with this setup.
There we go.
Yeah. And of course this has to cool before we put them in the cooler.
Yes.
But we're still gonna put on the lid, right?
Yeah.
To keep all the good stuff in and don't let any more bacteria or stuff in.
And the bacteria that's in it, it will die off. And once it's cooled in the cooler, it will last up to 6 months and even longer if you don't open the jars.
Yeah, and if you keep them stored in the right temperatures and that stuff.
Yeah, so it can last for very long, which is good.
I mean, that's the point of preserving food.
Yeah.
It will last longer. Well, while that's cooling, I think it's time for a fika, right?
Yeah, we can eat those for a couple of days. And
Actually, not a fika, maybe lunch, but we can take a fika afterwards.
Yeah.
So, well,
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do,
give it a like.
yeah, and a comment.
Comment what you would like or what you like to preserve, and maybe we will try it.
Yeah, or maybe you don't preserve, but you have some food you just buy that's preserved you like.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a recipe, family recipe, send this over. And like we said in the beginning, if we eat the food, we're gonna try.
Yeah.
With that said, bye! And kids, ask, if you want to try this one, ask an adult
Yes.
to supervise or help your cat. Because accident will happen.
But the red is not blood, it's the beetroot.
Yeah.